Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on another wonderful day here in the Chicagoland area. Spring is definitely right around the corner. We have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. As you guys all know, March is Women's History Month, and we have been celebrating Women's History Month in a really big way. Well, tonight, again, is no exception to the rule. We have two wonderful guests joining us. Tonight, we'll pay homage to the late Barbara Acklin, one of the most prolific singers and songwriters of the 20th century. She is responsible for many chart-topping hits such as Have You Seen Her and Stone Out of My Mind by the Shy-Lights. It's Love That Makes a Woman. She first made that famous. And so tonight we're going to talk to her amazing daughter, who happens to be an artist in her own right, the one and only Miss Samotta Acklin. And I just love Samotta. She's so sweet and down to earth. And we're going to talk about an honor that her mother recently has been bestowed on her, and how her mom's legacy is now really being put out there for people to appreciate and enjoy. And then later on in the show, we'll welcome the founder and creator of the Black Women's Expo, Mary Green. As you guys all know, the Black Women's Expo is always the crown jewel of the year, when it's women coming together to celebrate sisterhood and to celebrate, coming out of this pandemic. So Mary will be here tonight to talk to us about the upcoming Black Women's Expo. Sitting in the co-host chair is the one and only Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. And she's here tonight. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hello, my dear, and hello to our viewing audience. And guess what today is?
What is
National Equal Pay Day. So we need to get paid equally. I don't think we've got paid equally.
Okay, all right. Now, is that directed to me, or is that directed to everybody in the world?
You take good care of me, sweetie.
Okay, because I was going to say I can afford maybe a 25-cent raise a day, but other than that, that's it. But now I'll be kind. I'll do things for you. But, and I agree, women should be paid equally. I think right. I almost want to add LGBTQ in there as well, too. Because, right. There is a huge disparity in how people are paid and what they're paid and all their worth. And so, no, I agree as well, too. So we do stand in solidarity with today being Equal Pay Day for just everybody who needs equal pay. But I'm for the sisters and the LGBTQ plus too. All right. How about that?
That's right. That's
okay.
Right.
How's your day otherwise?
Oh, it's just been busy, just doing some training. But, talking about Equal Pay Day, talking about a sister who's getting her coins, who was honored. I featured her today as one of 31 phenomenal women. Coach, Miss Dawn Staley. She is the highest paid woman in NCAA sports.
Wow.
That is wonderful. I'm very proud of Dawn. I mean, she has come up the ranks being, playing ball in WNBA. She's a 4-time gold medalist.
Yes.
And she coaches in University of South Carolina, and the girl gets it done. She's very active in her community. So again, kudos to her. Hopefully she can come and speak to us. Talking about how can we get our coins?
That's right. How do we get that coinage on? That coinage on. That's what everybody should be saying in this day and age. I could not agree with you more on that statement. Well, Kay Renee, we have so much to talk about last night. We thought we had a lot yesterday, but just things are unfolding more and more. But as you guys all know, we're a health and wellness show. So each and every night we bring you the latest COVID-19 update numbers. Even though the world is opening back up and people think that COVID is not still out here anymore, there are actually still numbers that we're dealing with now. Illinois public health officials reported 1,574 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours. They also reported 32 additional fatalities as of Tuesday. Now, remember, yesterday, Monday, we had no deaths, and one of the days over the weekend, we had no deaths, but we had 32 related deaths. But here's the good news. there are fewer than 600 patients who are in the hospital battling the virus statewide. So that is really good. We have been hearing that, the numbers elsewhere are climbing, things like that, but our numbers are really wonderful. As of Monday night, 583, so that is under the 600, were reported in the hospital battling COVID-19. Of those, 94 people were in the ICU, and 47 of those people were on ventilators. Statewide hospitalization has dropped to the lowest number since July 20th of 2021, where the number of people in the hospital was 572.
Wow.
Yes. So,
yeah, but before we came on air, we just found out, first we heard about my favorite president testing positive. Now, second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, has been tested positive for COVID-19 today.
wow.
It was announced earlier today.
Yes.
Apparently he's feeling fine, but now he's been tested positive.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
Lord.
So you just never know. Hopefully, the vice president, she's fine and is not sick. I'm hoping that first gentleman is just experiencing mild symptoms. I've heard the news reports about our former president, Barack Obama, and then again that his symptoms were mild. They were not, bad like that. But again, I told you that we have been hearing on the news that China is in a lockdown. My partner and I today were out doing something. We were watching TV while we were out, and they were saying that it's a city in China where they've closed the public transportation down. Most of the factories, they make parts for Apple. So a lot of the chips that are needed for our electronics, but they have closed the entire city down because they've had an uptick in COVID cases. So I'm just curious to see, what will be happening here. Preston just said it. China is on a lockdown again. What's up with those numbers? So yes, I don't know, because now they're touting it here in the United States is almost as if you have a common cold. And I'm like, it makes you wonder. It really does.
I don't trust it. We wearing our mask to June Vember. That's all I'm going to say.
Wait, we wearing them masks to win, baby, win.
June Vember 2025. June
there we
Vember.
Go. There
That's
we go. Right there.
I'm not. I got my mask. I got these masks here.
Yes.
I got color masks.
Yes.
I'm wearing my mask. Sorry.
Absolutely. Well, people, that's a big debate as well, too. Some people will go places and not have them on. I have no problem being in public with a mask on. I've learned to chew gum under my mask to keep the breath fresh. I've learned to, pretty much wear it. And I have no problem with wearing a mask. You know what I'm saying?
If it's between life and the afterlife, I choose life right now.
Do you choose life? Do you choose life?
I choose life.
Very good. All right. Well, with that being said, that's your latest COVID-19 update numbers for today. Again, we just want to remind everyone to please be careful, do the right things, sanitize. Dr. Janet Seabrook was here with us last night. She shared some really great information about just cleanliness, what you need to do to keep yourself and your family safe. And we really applaud her for the information that she shared last night with us. Well, all right, Kay Renee, I'm ready to get into that news bag because I know you got so much stuff to talk about tonight.
Well, this one cracked me up because we were talking about this week is what? Sleep Awareness Week. And apparently the Senate was like, well, they're going to pass a bill that making daylight savings time permanent. Can you believe that?
Really?
Yes. And it's called, check that out, it's called the Sunshine Protection Act, passed the chamber by unanimous consent. Of course, the bill still needs to be passed by the House and signed by President Joe Biden. But if it's signed into law, y'all, it would mean we would not have to turn our clocks back in the fall.
Because I still have not reset all these timers in my house or have turned them to whatever they need to be. So I have not. So I have lights on at weird times of the day and night now. But here's the deal. they've been talking about this since I know I was in kindergarten. So now
Well,
you mean to tell me we are a step closer to this actually happening?
yes. The Senate passed it. It has to go through the House. And if the House passes it, all it needs now is Joe Biden's signature. And it's going to be called the Sunshine Protection Act. Go figure.
Wow, that's
We going to
interesting.
protect sunshine.
My cousin, Dr. Cynthia Sims, the winter blues will be reduced. Oh, absolutely. It
Yeah,
would be
without
reduced like
question.
you wouldn't believe. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm all for it, but I know one thing. I'm sleepy. I had to wake up to do this show tonight. Right. I had to wake up and get
You
ready
know,
for this
it's
show.
funny you say that, Art, because even though I try to prepare myself in advance, and normally, I always post my nuggets very early in the morning.
Yes.
I've been slipping these last couple days because
Yes.
of the sleep. So if it passes, okay, we'll get
Yes.
used to it, I
Yeah, I'm
suppose.
with it. I love more sunshine in the evening. But yeah, this turning the clocks back and trying to figure out stuff is just it's a lot, and you really do feel it when you lose that hour of sleep.
You
So
do.
yes, makes sense.
You
All right.
do.
Well, what else we got, my dear?
Well, this was an interesting story that you sent me. Apparently, RL, better known as Ralph Lauren,
Ralph
is
Lauren.
is launching a new collection that's kind of inspired by HBCUs. And I thought that was interesting. I said, well, okay, they want to make a commitment to diversity. And
Right.
so apparently they're going to be launching the Morehouse and Spelman collection if on March 29th. Now my thing is, I know there's some Howard graduates. I know there's a lot of HBCU graduates. They're like, well, wait a minute. Why didn't they choose us?
Right.
Right?
Well,
But
okay. First of all, Ralph Lauren is a tried and true traditional fashion brand.
I know.
Ralph Lauren is trying to get people, younger people, to get into their items, their products. I don't know
Right.
if you remember when we were in high school, but a Ralph Lauren polo shirt was the thing,
Oh yes.
khakis, the penny loafers, the
Mm-hmm.
preppy look. So,
Mm-hmm.
what's old is new again. So,
Always.
I have a feeling that they're trying to, bring that whole preppy look back. And what better way to do this than embrace a historically Black college? Now, here's my piece on this. How much is Ralph Lauren giving back to these Black colleges? How many of these young Black students at these historically Black colleges will get opportunities to work for Ralph Lauren, which again is a global iconic brand? Other than that, I think it's a good idea. But again, are we being used as a pawn in this game of life of let's now like make the Blacks trendy? I mean, that's the way all the designers have been doing it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned about the monetary. They're pledging, quote unquote, 2 million to support scholarships for students to all 12 HBCUs. To me, that's not enough. They need to multiply that times 100. Now, if you say
Right,
200 million,
right,
now you're talking. Because I was reading somewhere today where DEI, people would associate DEI with diversity, equity, and inclusion to stand for dead end initiatives.
right, right. Yes,
Now,
yes.
because, I mean, to me, if you're going to be diverse, be honest and be diverse. 2 million,
Right.
as you said, Dr. Sims,
And two
ain't
million is nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, 2 million is nothing. It really
Mm-mm.
is
Now you
nothing.
say 200 million,
Right,
like our philanthropist, Mackenzie. I don't know her new name, but we knew her as Mackenzie Bezos
right,
and Melinda French Gates. They give money. They don't be giving no 2 million. They give like
right,
40 or 50 million. Now
right.
you're talking,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
So I
You
agree
sitting
with
at the
you,
big
Art.
girl table when you can get 40 or 50 million. Right.
Thank you.
2 million is a suggestion, a donation, a love offering.
Exactly.
40, 50 million, that's sure
Now
enough a
you're
gift.
talking.
Yeah, that's a gift. Right.
Now
Yes.
you're talking. So we
Right.
will be on the lookout, y'all. We're gonna be watching RL. Trust and believe.
And see, here's another thing. They know that age demographic, again, is impressionable. They want to wear the latest, do the latest, all of that. I love Ralph Lauren's things. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, my days of spending all that money on something like that is well over. Plus, I take care of my Ralph Lauren pieces. I have, you know, Ralph Lauren pieces that I've had for years.
Now, if I dated a man named Ralph Lauren who has property, I'd be invested in that. Now, anything else but clothes, been there, done that.
Done that.
I'd rather invest in property and then build generational wealth. Right. That's me. But again, when you get older, what does our spiritual mom say? When you know better,
you do better. Absolutely. Makes great sense. All right. What else we got in the news bag tonight?
Can you believe? I couldn't believe this. Now, you know, I posted over the weekend about Boomerang, because Boomerang in July will be 30 years. You know, you think about 30 years. I was watching over the weekend. I said, Boomerang 30 years. Now, it's funny about Boomerang because I'm going to tell you, there's a scene about the pedicure, the feet. When I saw that piece, I said, oh, we will be getting pedicures from this moment on.
Yes. But for those that might be questioning what we're talking about, Kay Renee is talking about the iconic film Boomerang that starred Eddie Murphy, Halle Berry, Layla Rashawn. It was, again, 30 years ago, one of the best-selling African-American movies. And the pedicure scene, I got a pedicure today, so I understand that. Yes, I understand that pedicure scene. Yeah, it's nothing worse than somebody not having it.
Years ago in July, Boomerang came out. But 25 years ago on this date, the romantic movie Love Jones came out. Can you believe that?
Yes, yes.
Oh my God. I would love to see Love Jones now. I'm hoping they'll do a re-release, but I love that movie with Nia Long, Lorenz Tate, who is from Chicago, I believe, right?
Yes, he is. Yes, and all the Tate brothers, absolutely. And the movie was set in Chicago.
That's what I was gonna say. So happy silver anniversary to Love Jones, because I now want to see the movie again.
I love Love Jones. What a great movie. And really, it was a coming of age movie for a lot of people. So yes, it was really good. Cynthia is hilarious tonight, talking about Eartha Kitt and her
Marcus, darling.
I have no panties on, Marcus. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But the one scene a lot of women will say, and I post that up there, Love should have brought your ass home last night.
Oh boy, I get it. That Tony Braxton sang about it. I get it. I'm sure that's the anthem of the women. Love should have brought your ass
home last night.
Wow. You know what's so funny? And here we are 25 years later. And well, no, Boomerang was 30, right?
30, right.
People don't even have to go out to meet anybody anymore. It's all on apps. It's all internet. It's all, you can have fetish, fantasy, whatever you want right at the click of a mouse or you touching the screen of your phone, and it has all changed. Do you remember personal ads? People would write personal. Oh my God!
I did that. I
used to love the personal ads in the Reader, in the Chicago Reader.
My late father, would just shake his head. He said, baby, just be careful. Somebody gonna do something to you. And, you know, he was just like, and my father was not a praying man. But when I did stuff like that back in the day, he was like, I'm gonna really pray for you, baby, because you just do some stuff. But, you know, you think about it now, I did personal ads, did all that. And, of course, online dating. Well, I was doing online dating before it became truly popular. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I think about, too, what our parents did. What is called courting.
And
there's nothing wrong with courting. There's nothing wrong, honestly, with arranged marriages. Because, you know, if you're having another party looking for you on your behalf for another person, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I was talking to a relative, and the relative was explaining how the people were all related we were talking about. Mm-hmm. And so come to find out, two brothers married two sisters, and that was very common back in the day that, people didn't have cars. They lived in rural areas. Mm-hmm. So it was not shocking that if a family had 4 daughters and another family had 4 sons, mm-hmm. if they all liked each other, that's kind of how it all worked. And they ended up, because I kept saying, now, y'all cousins, and how's this working? Right, because you almost go, now, wait a minute, this is not a case of incest, is it? But no, it would be, that's your auntie and your uncle, like, but that's your dad, or whatever it is. Yes, people used to do that back in the day. Yes.
I think my big brother, I still think you should just have a table book about dating, because, you are the guru of dating. I mean, you're the guru of relationships. I think, I see a table book coming. I'm just, I'm putting out there in the universe for you.
I like that, and I think that's a great idea of what you said. I have been considered the relationship guru for many years and helping people with their relationships. But I got to a point where people were meeting through me, getting married through me. I would give them advice, but how worthy and stable were my own personal relationships. So after a while, I felt as if my own personal relationships were suffering because I was helping other people to find their mate in life. Now that I have found somebody that's my yin and my yang, I think that together we can talk to people about the compromise in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? And how, we are navigating the situation to make it all work, because we're living in a new time now. What was dating rules and etiquette when we were, and I hate to age us, but when we were more adolescent, let me put it like that, more adolescent, that's a good way of saying it, is not the dating rules of today. And so, so I think, my friend and I will eventually talk about our relationship and what has attracted us and how we try to make things work, because it's not easy. There are ups and downs, and there are days when you snap and argue and say things, and then there are days when you just are so loving and both doing the right thing. So it's work in progress, and that's all I can say on that.
Well, and I'm proud of you, because in my situation, not to say, because people always ask me, would you do it again? Because you posted about your Independence Day recently. I said, I'm always open, but I think at this season of my life, I really want to just take care of Kay Renee.
Yes.
Now if God says, you know what, I got somebody for you that can help take care of Kay Renee, mm-hmm. I'm always open. Okay. But I think in this season, for me personally, given the fact I was a caregiver to my parents, my uncle, I took care of everyone else, and I kind of let Kay Renee slip, as Dr. Janet talked about last night.
Yes.
I can't afford to do that again. So now it's really time to take care of Kay Renee. Now, if there's a person out there that wants to be willing to take care of Kay Renee, I'm mm-hmm. willing to have a conversation and communicate. And also do that compromise, because compromise, as you know, is very important in relationships.
It is. It's very, and most people don't understand that. The $1 trillion word, as Scorpio Love says, compromise. And you have to be vulnerable to being in a compromisable situation. So that's another thing that people have got to understand too. So that's how that all works. But yes. Well, speaking of relationships, for those of you all that are in the Chicagoland area, I've been announcing this now for a couple of weeks, but tonight is the official announcement here on the show. The return of the original Real Deal Relationship Chats will be Sunday, March 27th from 4 to 9 p.m. here in the Chicagoland area. It's our 27th year of people coming together to talk about relationships on all levels, all walks of life. And so I want to invite you guys to come out and join us. It's going to be a grand time, as they say, a grand old time at the Grand Ole Opry. And here's the information there. Oh, wait, I got to go this way. So let me take this down so everybody can see the wording and everything. Yes. It's the Real Deal Relationship Chat. If you take your smartphone or tablet and put it up against that URL code, it'll take you to be able to buy your tickets. We're going to have a wonderful time, music, complimentary nibbles until they're all gone, cash bar. The bar will offer coffee and cocktails. So if you're not a drinker, you can have a wonderful coffee beverage or, beverage of your choice. And we would love for everybody to come out and hang out. Great music. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's a Sunday early evening. The sun will still be out. So that'll be no reason why people cannot come out and have themselves a great time and join us at the 27th annual anniversary of the Real Deal Chat. How about that, Kay Renee?
How about that? So proud.
How
And
about
congratulations
that,
on
darling?
number
How about
27.
that? Huh?
Congratulations on number 27.
I know. Can you believe 27
Wow.
years? That is just interesting that I've been talking to people about their relationships that long,
I know. That's why I said I see a table book in your future.
Well, it will be, because I do have something to really talk about and share of the success of a relationship. So, it does work, and it's a work in progress every day,
I couldn't agree with you more.
Oh, excuse me. All right. What else we got there, my love?
Well, we haven't been talking about this because it's been all over the damn news about this war over there in Ukraine. And the one thing I feel for the family of the journalist, the American journalist and photographer who unfortunately got killed while they were trying to escape. And I applaud the president of Ukraine, the mayor of Kyiv, which is their capital city, their city center. I know we haven't talked about it, but it's getting really scary because now they're showing images of Russia literally bombing civilian areas in Ukraine. And it's like, I never would have guessed in 2022 that that the world will be experiencing this.
Yes, absolutely. And another thing that really broke my heart was them rescuing the lady that was expecting the baby. And we saw on the news where the lady was on the gurney and they were trying to get her out of where things had blown up and all that. Well, she and the baby both died. Oh. And just to know that we saw that image of that lady being saved and her being taken away, and then to know they both died is just, it's horrible. And then to just know what is going on over there right now. When they said today on the news, the millions and millions of people that are now refugees that have been displaced, it's horrible, and imagine a month ago, back, we weren't even thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't even, these people were living their daily lives. And so, yeah, it's really horrible. So again, you got a lot of people, why we praying for Ukraine, why we praying. We are people, I know I am, that are concerned about all mankind. Exactly. Nobody's ever done me wrong. I'm a world traveler. I've met people from many lands. And if you embrace me in a kind way, I'm going to embrace you in a kind way back. So that's why I do send out prayers for Ukraine and the African students that are over there, that they are to be treated the right way as well, too, because that's still an issue. That is still an issue.
I was going to ask, and then let's not forget, we cannot forget our WNBA superstar, Brittany Grenier, who is still in jail in Moscow because she had CBD oil. No one is really talking about that, but we need to still talk about free Brittany because she doesn't need to be over there. She needs to be home like everybody else is. But I just, with Putin, he really needs to be arrested as a war criminal. He does.
Well, now they were talking about in the news yesterday, speaking of war criminals, we're going back to the January 6th surrection. Did I say erection? I'm sorry, surrection. Well, it may have been one on January 6th, but it's an insurrection. Where if Trump is found guilty of criminal activity or involvement, his name could possibly be removed from all of his buildings, because they're talking about doing it here in Chicago. If he is found guilty of criminal activity, that his name would have to come down off of that building.
And now it makes me ask the question. If he's found guilty, when we have that, when you buy an almanac, right, and they have all the different types of information they have about presidents, I wonder, will they just have an asterisk next to number 45?
I don't know, because it was a presidency like no other. You cannot dispute that it was not a presidency like no other. You know what I'm saying?
I just wonder about that. And speaking of the January 6th insurrection, we know the one black person who's on the Supreme Court, his wife, she's trying to double down, but she was there at the January 6th insurrection. But
Right.
she left early because she said she didn't hear 45 speak, so she left early. My question is, what the hell were you doing there in the first place?
Right. Right. Exactly. So I don't know. It's crazy to say the least. All right, darling. What else do you have before we welcome our next guest?
I'm happy to welcome our next guest because after that story, I need to just do a what?
A
Woosah.
woosah. A woosah.
Woosah.
Yes, we need to do a woosah.
Woosah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. All right. Well, you have anything else coming up or on there? How about what's coming up with you ladies on K&K this weekend?
Oh my goodness. We're back and to also honor Women's History Month. And what a wonderful guest we have. We have none other than not only my big brother's cousin, Dr. Cynthia Howard Sims, who I've happened to have the pleasure of knowing since fourth grade and just watched her grow into this beautiful, intelligent woman. She's going to be talking to us on Saturday about three letters CRT, critical race theory. You don't want to miss this candid conversation on Saturday, March the 19th at 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
Wow. Well, I cannot wait to hear the conversation because we are living in times right now where this conversation is a hotbed. It is a conversation that must be had. I applaud you ladies for even bringing this conversation to the forefront. So I can't wait. That should be really good.
It will be. It will be. Looking forward to it.
Okay, very good. Well, for those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be here with you guys on a beautiful Tuesday evening. Spring is trying to show its head in the Chicagoland area. Things have been kind of great. I just needed to get a little bit warmer. If you were out in the sunshine today, it was really warm. But if you were in a cool place, you definitely could feel the coolness. But we are just glad that you guys are here with us tonight. March is Women's History Month, and tonight we're going to welcome two amazing women to the show just to talk about being a woman. We're honoring the life and legacy of an amazing woman. Her daughter will be here to hang out with us in just a little bit, and then we'll talk to Mary Green, founder and CEO of the Black Women's Expo. So it's all about women tonight, Okay, Renee, St. Patty's Day is this coming Thursday. Are you going to do a little jig, or are you going to do a tour or what are you doing this St. Patty's Day?
Well, interestingly enough, Art, St. Patrick's Day is in the family because my late paternal grandmother was born on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
Even
really?
though she's no longer with me, I always have a special place in my heart for St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to try to get my Gaelic tone in before Thursday.
Yes.
But I will be wearing green, and hopefully some green can come to me. How about that?
Yes. How about that? Some ka-ching, ching, ching on St. Patty's Day.
Okay.
Yes. Will you be
but
having...
I won't be no corned beef or cabbage, none of that. Just
okay.
Just celebrating St. Patty's Day.
Okay. The luck of the Irish.
The luck of the Irish.
The luck of the Irish. Yes, absolutely. Well, very good. For those of you all that are celebrating St. Patty's Day, we ask that you please do it safely, and please monitor your alcohol intake. A lot of people got their partying in this past weekend here in Chicago. Mm-hmm. On Saturday, it was the Dying of the River downtown, as well as it was the Chicago St. Patty's Parade. Then on Sunday, it was the Southside Irish Parade, and then the Northwest Side Irish Parade. And so everybody was having a great time and partying,
Now, I wouldn't mind having an Irishman.
Really? Would you not now?
I wouldn't mind having an Irishman. In fact, I did have an Irishman back in the day.
Oh, did you really?
I
Oh,
certainly
and
did.
was he a leprechaun of sorts?
Oh no, he wasn't a leprechaun.
No, he wasn't a leprechaun.
Not in
I didn't really
not
right.
in height, but
What was he?
anyway.
Was he a leprechaun of sorts? I was thinking he brought you a pot of gold or
He
something like
was
that.
my pot of gold. He was, but yes, he. And here's the thing. I shouldn't tell y'all, but you were fam, right?
Yes.
The one thing I really loved about him is the fact that he spoke in Gaelic. It was like, oh my god.
It was like, hey, Renee, I need you to bring me some soda bread, some green river, and some cabbage. Come here, Kay Renee. Let me blow on your Blarney Stone. Yes, is that what he said? Yes.
Yeah, he was blowing something all right.
Oh my, TMI, but that's okay. So was he a redhead Irishman?
He wasn't a redhead, but he had Irish blood. And so in fact my late father liked him as well. He was like, that's the one you should be with.
Oh, how wonderful is that? See, just my luck, I meet somebody and they have wild Irish rose in their blood. Not Irish blood, but wild Irish rose. So, I just had to put that out there. Yeah, well, all right, very good. Well, tour to you too, my darling.
Thank you, darling.
Yes,
Thank
tour to you, dear. Yes, very good. I am loving that. All right. Well, we're waiting on our next guest to join us in just a few moments. Anything else we want to talk about tonight, my dear?
Well, what's going to be on for tomorrow? Who we having tomorrow?
Tomorrow night we have two amazing ladies. We have a young lady who will be back on with us. She was originally on Women's History Month last year. I almost want to say it was Women's History Month our first year. She created these wonderful beanie caps for the winter that have lights on them. Remember?
Okay, yes.
Well, she made it all the way to Shark Tank. And her making it to Shark Tank, she will now be back with us to talk about her success, what happened on Shark Tank, and all of that.
Yay.
And then we have a radio legend joining us tomorrow night from She FM here in Chicago. Miss Lisa Costi will be here with us tomorrow night. She's the midday personality at She FM, and we're going to talk about women in the music business. Lisa has always worked in nothing but radio her entire career, and Lisa is one of the most charming people ever. I just love her, sister girl. So she'll be here with us tomorrow night to talk about her wonderful career. So yes. All right. Very good. Very, very, very good. All right.
What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day on Thursday?
St. Patrick's Day, we are, let me see. I have to take my aunt somewhere early in the morning. Okay. And then I have to talk to, what am I doing after that? I'm doing lunch with someone, and then we are going to the ballet to see the ballet on Thursday night. We got some technical difficulties going on right now. Can you talk a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm wondering regarding St. Patrick's Day, as I said, hopefully everyone will be safe. No drinking. If you drink that Guinness, just make sure you just drink responsibly. But also, I'd like to know what our audience is going to be doing this coming St. Patrick's Day, because, as I said, everyone here in Chicago celebrated over the weekend and on Sunday, but Thursday is the official day of St. Patrick. So tell me, what is exactly that you guys are doing on St. Patrick's Day? You're working, you're going to enjoy. I think here in Chicago it's going to be warm, so I'd like to hear in the comments, what are you guys doing for St. Patrick's Day? Hopefully that you're going to be safe. And I know we're waiting on our guest, but I really just want to take the time to say, to all women, as we continue to celebrate Women's History Month, just remember every day, celebrate that special woman in your life, whether it's your wife, whether it's your mother, whether it's your sister, niece, grandmother. There are women who have been, I know personally in my life, that have made the difference in my life. And because of them, I wouldn't be the Kay Renee that I am now. So I'm really just grateful that we have an opportunity this whole entire month to give praises and just honor a lot of women's accomplishments. As I said earlier in the show, that today is also National Equal Pay Day, and it's really wonderful to see, one of a famous woman, Dawn Staley, who is again the highest paid woman. Now you think about this. This is the NCAA, and she is the highest paid woman, getting a salary. I think the salary is 21.1 million. Don't quote me on that. But it's very important that there's just so much disparity among pay, especially among African Americans, because I believe we only getting 63 cents out of the dollar. That's not right. We need to, in order to raise our pay, we have to speak up and know your worth. I think if anything, if you don't take this bit of advice to everyone when it comes to who you are, whether you're trying to get a new job or trying to do something different, always know your worth. So, with that being said, hopefully my big brother Chat Daddy will come back on, because I know we're still waiting for our guest. But until he comes back on, and we're going to kind of change things, but I'm actually going to give the nugget for tonight. And as I mentioned earlier, like I did with Black History Month, all my nuggets. And he's back. Uh-oh. Can't hear you.
Yep. There she is. We got you. All right. Here we go. Woo, we had some technical difficulties there. We got our guest. Yay. All right. Very good. Woo, Lord, I thought I was getting ready to pass out. Here we go. All right. You did a good job, babe. I heard you talk about equal pay for women. I heard you talk about a lot of different things. So you did a great job. You handled that by yourself. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, my Lord. People are like, is this live? Yeah, this is live. That's how the show goes off the railroad. That's how it goes off the track. So, yes. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to introduce you to our first guest this evening. She is the daughter of music royalty. Her late mom, Barbara Acklin, was one of the most prolific singers and songwriters of the 20th century. She was responsible for such chart-topping songs as Have You Seen Her? Other songs, Stone Out of My Mind by the Shy-Lights, It's Love That Makes a Woman. We played that for the promo song earlier today when we recorded the promo. Well, Brunswick Records is honoring Barbara Acklin for her trailblazing contributions to the music industry and how she is truly an inspiration to women all over the world this Women's History Month. Well, tonight we have the honor and pleasure of interviewing and talking with her beautiful daughter, Samotta Acklin, who is an artist in her own right. Samotta and I got a chance to work together at a church gig one time. And honey, it had to have been 105 degrees in that church. We thought we was going to melt. Girl, we thought we was going to melt in that church. But Samotta got up and blew it out in that oven of a church we were singing in. It was an oven in that church. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome our guest, the fabulous Miss Samotta.
Yay!
Yay! We love you. How are you?
I love you more. I'm fabulous. Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure. Samotta, do you remember that Sunday we were in that church and it was so hot? I think you had just had your baby then, right?
Actually, that was my glam daughter.
Okay, all right. I knew you had a smaller baby.
Yes, absolutely. She was like 2 years, I think maybe 3.
Yes.
I tried to send her with my big sister, play sister Karen Allison, and she screamed to the top of her lungs. And I grabbed her and then took her and set her on the piano while I sang.
You did. You did a fabulous job. And it had to have been 105 degrees in that church. It was so hot that day. It was. Well, Samotta, we are honored to have you here with us tonight. It is truly a pleasure to see you again, my friend. We want to celebrate the legacy that is your mom. Your mom made a tremendous contribution to the world of music way before Instagram, TikTok, any of those platforms. So please, let's introduce yourself to the audience and let's talk about why it's so important that we remember the life and times of your mom.
I really dug into this about 3 years ago, saying that I feel like my mother didn't get her just due. I felt that she had not been celebrated. And I kind of started talking to Brunswick about this about 3 years ago. And then as time went on, we kind of went back and forth about a few things to try to get some things together. And then Paul Turner Poe, who is now the co-owner of Brunswick Records, was instrumental in helping this campaign get started. So now that it has started, we want to let people know that my mom was the first lady of Brunswick. She was a part of this musical contribution that Brunswick made to, especially in Chicago, like Detroit had Motown, well, Chicago had Brunswick, right? Soul sounds here in the city and worldwide. So her being the first lady of Brunswick, she went through a lot of different levels of growth. Started as a secretary in Brunswick and moved on to writing songs for Jackie Wilson, and then writing songs for herself and then others. It just grew legs of its own, so much, so to speak.
Well, what I really want to talk about is the fact that your mom was originally born in California, if I'm not mistaken. And we were talking about this not too long ago on the show, that it was rare to meet Black people that were actually born in California, and then they come to the Midwest, or they, went places like that. And so that is so fascinating to me that, Hollywood was right there, not far from where she was born, but she came here to make it happen because I guess the music scene here was the thing then, or do you know why that move happened?
Well, her parents, she came here very early. So okay. Her parents that brought her here, she was extremely young. So she grew up in Chicago, but was born in Oakland, California.
Isn't that interesting? That is so right? Interesting. It really is. It just, amazing on that level. Samotta, when did you know you had a famous mom? When, that's the one thing that we ask the children of anybody whose parent, was famous and has now gone on or even still alive. When did you actually know your mom was a huge success?
Maybe when some of our friends' moms or parents wanted to come by our house when there were rehearsals there. It was no big deal to us, but when there was some music going on in our household, people on our block in Peel Hill, which is where I grew up at, knew that there was something going on, and they learned that who my mom was, and they had the idea to kind of stop by every now and then. That's kind of when I knew, but I still really didn't know, honestly, until I got older, how people really responded to my mom and what she contributed to music.
Now, did I hear that you recently were able to get back some of your mom's original works? Is that true or not? What was the deal with that?
Original works. Well, we still had some of her doodles that she had. She drew a lot of things, like she was like a doodler. And sometimes that's how she would write her songs. Like she would draw something, and then all of a sudden you see this bubble coming out of the mouth of the person that she drew, and it would become something that she was writing. It's kind of funny. Wow. But so, yeah, we have some of those little doodles, but then we have some cassettes that were never released, and just kind of, she just kind of had some ideas, and she put them on these little cassettes, and we do still have some of those. We were able to get some of those back.
Wow, interesting. Kay Renee, go right ahead. I know you want to get in and talk with our guests as well.
Hi, first, hello, Samotta, and happy Women's History Month to you.
Thank you, and the same to you.
When did you know that you wanted to sing not like your mom, but just wanted to go in that path? When did you say, okay, this is what I want to do?
Actually, I never really wanted to be a singer.
Really?
No. That wasn't where my passion was. My passion was in theater, choreography, dance, every place else but singing. I have the gift to sing, and so I understood that I could, and so I just basically started to use that talent along with all of the other gifts that I had been given. So never really wanted that at all.
Really? Wow.
Mm-mm.
So if you had not gone down the journey of being a singer, what would you have, is there another career? Is there something else that we don't know about? We found out some of the most interesting things on the show. We'll talk to people and they say, well, I bake really great, whatever, or I have a line of pies, or so was there anything else you would have done?
Produce shows, which I have done some of. I am writing a play about my mom's life, and a book. So I am so very interested in getting to that stage. I have done some theater, and I want to get back to that. I think that's where, if I would have put all my eggs in the basket, it would have been in theater.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very good. Go right ahead, Kay Renee.
I always ask this to our guests, but I know besides your mother, who is probably your greatest inspiration, who else inspires you?
Who else inspires me? Well, when I go for a more modern day, it would be Whitney, because I sing a lot of Whitney Houston songs. So
yes.
She is certainly one that has inspired me, because her, it's the voice. So, and I'm more into the singers, not just the style of an artist. Right? Okay. The voice. So she would definitely be one, and Aretha, of course. And I think that I have kind of started to dive into a little bit more of the more nostalgic artists, so that I can kind of see exactly where we get all of this from. So I've been listening to a lot of Billie Holiday. I've been listening to a lot of the jazz singers that use their gospel roots to build upon and become someone even, oh my God, just huge, right? Mm-hmm. So anyone that you could think of has some gospel roots, come through a jazz arena, either made it into an R&B platform or pop even, like Whitney, but it all boils right back down to gospel.
Mm-hmm.
What is your like signature song to sing? I mean, everyone has that, even though you may have a lot of different artists that you draw from, but there's got to be one signature song that you like. This is mine.
Lately, it has become "At Last." It has become "At Last." Yes, it used to be "I'll Always Love You," and it will always be, because this was the song that my mom loved to hear me sing, and that was "I Love the Lord." I even sang it at her funeral. I tried to. I got through it. That was challenging.
Yes. Oh my God. That's one of my favorite songs as well too. Samotta, with everything that is going on in the world right now, from a pandemic to we're seeing a war unfold right before our eyes. We're seeing crime everywhere. And I know you are such a grounded spiritual person. What advice would you want to give to people right now on just keeping their heads up, persevering through all of this? Because these are times that we've never seen before in our lifetime, and hopefully we won't have to live through what we've lived through in the last 3 years, I would say. What advice would you want to give to people about living a better life or continuing to live a good life?
That's a great question. I think the first thing that comes to my mind is, if you are grounded spiritually, I believe that if you really see, we're not supposed to be afraid of anything. If you're grounded spiritually, you understand that fear should not be a part of our inner self, right? Mm-hmm. So when you think about all the things that are going on around you, if you are spiritually grounded and you can pray your way through anything. Now, I'm one of those people that believe that, just because you ask of God something, that doesn't mean you're going to receive it. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. So if you are thinking about something that you are inspiring to be or do, or are trying to remove all of the things that are going around you in the world, be still. Be still. Pray your way through it. And I would be willing to bet that you could persevere through anything if you just be still and listen, because I believe that you will hear what you need to hear. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we miss the message because we're so busy moving, mm-hmm. Right? But we have to understand that sometimes you just have to stop and be still and listen. You can't. It's like you can't even hear someone talking if you're talking, right? So if we stop, be still, and listen, I believe that you can move forward and up. through anything.
Yeah, very good. I couldn't agree with you more. That makes great sense. What's next for you, Samotta? What can we expect from you very soon?
Well, I just redid Love Makes a Woman. Yay!
I
And
love that song.
do you remember, Chad Daddy, when I think it was the Macaronis, we all came to your studio when you were
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And you and I were talking about doing something. I was saying, we talked about doing something with the offspring of
That's
artists
right.
in Chicago,
That's
remember?
right. Yep.
Right. So I actually went to Gene Chandler and asked him to do this song with me. It was a duet that he and my mom did. The one we talked about was a different one, but the one we want to do is Show Me the Way to Go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was a duet between my mom and Gene, which my mom wrote. Well, Gene said, I'm retired. I don't sing anymore. I'm talking about Gene Chandler. And he told me that his son would do it. So he called his son, who lives out in LA, and we're going to do it. We're going to redo it. So he is an offspring. I am an offspring. And the person that's doing the track is, I don't know if you know this gentleman. His name is Thompson. He had the Black Roses. He was very famous organist, writer, producer, Bruce Thompson. And his son, 12-Tone, Anthony 12-Tone Thompson, he's also an offspring from that group of people that did a lot of music during my mom's and Gene Chandler's time. And he's doing the track. So we're all offspring. So
nice. That is really, I love that. Yep. We had talked about that many years ago. So I really, that's wonderful. I really, really do think that that's excellent in many ways. I do. Wow. Well, Samotta, how can people keep up with you, find you, and support all of the things that you're doing?
It's Samotta Acklin on everything. So ACKLIN, Samotta Acklin, on Facebook, on Instagram, on all of that stuff. And you know what? I wanted to also tell you guys. So my son is an awesome performer also, right?
Really?
Yes, we performed at the promontory last 2 weeks ago for the Mecca night. That's something that I host every now and then. And I hosted that night. And of course, I sang my mom's song. And I actually was able to tell the people in the audience that, I know you guys know my mom from singing Love Makes a Woman. But did you know she wrote Whispers Getting Louder? And everybody went, what? Did you know she wrote Have You Seen Her?
Yeah.
What? Did you know she wrote Stone Out of My Mind? What? Yeah. They just kept going, what? And I was so glad to give them some information they did not know about, and I am spreading that everywhere I go, everyone I talk to. I want you guys to know that my mom was much more than, even though love does make a woman.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So much more. And it's time that she be recognized for it and celebrated for it.
I couldn't agree more. So listen, by the time we get to Black Music Month in June, we expect you to come back, give us an update. We need to figure out, because look, I know that this is the beginning of this journey of not only keeping your mother's name in the forefront, but I think it's your entry into preserving that legacy. Now, that's all I'm going to say about that,
Yes, and you are right, Chad Daddy. I'm feeling that tremendously. I'm not going to stop until these things are accomplished. I mean, we need something to leave for my daughter and my son and my granddaughter, my grandson, and all of their kids one day, right? We want to keep this going. We have to. We cannot let this time go by anymore without celebrating people.
Right.
Celebrate.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, very good.
I'm sorry. On Thursday night, you guys can see me on WGN. We did an interview with WGN. That's going to be 9 p.m. with yes, absolutely, with the host of that show.
Oh, are you doing Daytime Chicago, or are you doing the other news show, the PM show or the morning show?
The PM show.
Oh, so you're doing the 9 o'clock news. Very good.
9 o'clock news. And then next week, we'll be doing NBC, but I have to send you that information once I get that information.
All right.
So
well,
Gaynor Hall is the reporter.
Yes, we love her. Absolutely. Yes. Very good. All right. Well, you got an open invitation to come back to see us Black Music Month. We appreciate you so much. Kay Renee, what do you want to say to her before we skedoodle out of here?
It's just been a pleasure, Samotta. Continued success. And I know within my heart there's a certain angel that is just smiling with pride for you. And she always is with you, my dear. So just know that. And much love and continued blessings to you and your family.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. Chat Daddy, thank you. I love you guys. I love you guys a lot.
We do. We love you. This was an
Absolutely.
outstanding interview tonight, Samotta, and really just so proud of everything that you've done. Continued success for you. Please let us know. And as we said before, we'll have you back on in Black Music Month. And ladies and gentlemen, please support her. I am so proud of the work of Brunswick Records for doing what they do to just make this all happen. And it's just a good thing all the way around. So congratulations on all of this. And we'll be watching you on TV the next couple of weeks. How about that?
Thank you. The first one is Thursday at 9 p.m.
Okay, well, Thursday, 9 p.m. Look, St. Patty's Day. We got you, baby. St. Patty's Day. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for vocalist Miss Samotta Acklin here in honor of Women's History Month to pay homage to her mom, the late, great Miss Barbara Acklin, songwriter, singer, phenomenon, originally born in Oakland, California, and came to Chicago and became a huge success and is really celebrated the world over. And if she is not, we're going to make sure she is celebrated the world over.
Amen.
How about that? That's what we do on this show. How about that? That's what we do. We love you, Samotta. Thank you so very much. Have a beautiful night, and we'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye. We love you. See you later.
Bye.
Yay.
Oh,
but for those of you all, I know, wasn't that incredible? She's so beautiful. Isn't she beautiful?
She is.
I know. She's a great person and just all around good spirit. And when I tell you she can sing, Samotta can sing her face off.
I believe it.
Yeah, she really is a great
royalty.
She does. Isn't that amazing? You would never know that. Well, speaking of royalty, our next guest is the queen of Expo. She is what started here in the city of Chicago, has now gone all over the country. I've had the honor and pleasure of working with this woman for many years, and I just love and adore her. And we appreciate every time she stops by to talk to us about the crown jewel event of the year. And even during the pandemic, she was able to pull off both in-person and virtual events, and it was a success. So she took that pivot and turned that all the way around and kept that brand and legacy going even during a pandemic. So in honor of Women's History Month, we'd like to welcome the queen of all things Expo, the fabulous Miss Mary Green. Yay!
I am humbled. How
are you, Mary? Good evening.
I am fine. I'm doing well.
Good to see you.
I will tell you.
Mary, look, so are we. Look, we done said that this hour time difference done robbed us so bad we don't know what to do, Mary. We like, Lord, have mercy. Yes.
And I told somebody yesterday that it doesn't bother me, but I think it is.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. We agree. So, how have you been doing since the last time we saw you? You were here with us last year. You were able to pull off both in person and virtual. So how have you been? And then let's talk about all the magic of what's going to happen this year.
We've been doing well. So we did not. I mean, we have been doing virtual events all through the pandemic. And that really is how MGPG events, which many people don't even know about.
Right.
The event side of our business stayed afloat. We really pivoted, the word that I hate the most because everybody was using it, but we did pivot and started to do a lot of virtual events for clients, conferences, sessions, just, an hour long, this or that. And we even did a huge gala for the Association of Black Cardiologists in October that was 2 hours long. So it was a real television production. So we've been doing that. So I was able to lay back on some of my television background to do that. So, but with the Expo, we just went straight up in person in August, this past August at McCormick Place. We kept moving the show, as you know. They kept giving us, we move it another 3 months. And like, nope, we're not opening yet. And finally the city opened. And the ironic thing was that on that Monday, before the show was to open on Friday, our lovely mayor decided to make that mask mandate. starting on that Friday, if you remember.
Right.
So we were scared that we were not going to have anyone come to the show, but we were wrong. I mean, not only had we seen the burst of sponsors and corporate people that were coming to us to be a part of the show, when we got to McCormick Place for that weekend, the attendance just skyrocketed. So people were ready to get out. People didn't mind wearing the mask. What we found is that when that mask mandate was placed, it made people more comfortable. So everybody's going to have on a mask, so I can go, you know. So even the vendors, the exhibitors, everybody had to wear a mask. Security, everyone. So I think that made people feel comfortable. We can still come out.
Right. Mary, I don't know if you know it or not, but we have a rule on this show that we've created. You know, I'm the king of creating things. And our rule on this show, look, Mary, it's on the screen. We will be wearing a mask until Juvember of 2025. And so you've never seen Juvember ever on a calendar. So
I have not.
Right. So we're trying to get that put in place because that's how much we want to protect people.
Yes.
And us not go back in this pandemic. So we just ask that you co-sign our campaign, Juvember of 2025. Yay.
We're still wearing masks, you know, when we're in our office, when we go out, you know, among everyone else, not our little group. But even though that mask mandate has been eliminated in our offices, but we still wear them.
Okay, so now, Mary, when are we returning back to McCormick Place this year, and what are we expecting? You always give us a bird's eye view of everything. So what are we expecting?
You know, well, first of all, before we get to McCormick, we'll be in Detroit. So we are a 3-city tour for 2022, and it starts in Detroit, Juneteenth weekend.
Nice.
Remember, Juneteenth weekend, the 18th and the 19th, we will be at the old Cobo Hall, which is called Huntington Place. And so it is our first time back in Detroit in I don't know how many years. You probably remember Chad Daddy.
Yes, yeah.
We are doing the show in Detroit first in June, and then we come to McCormick in Chicago, August 12th through the 14th. Those 3 days. And the other cities, we only do 2. And then we have the nerve to be in Atlanta in December. 17th and 18th, a week before Christmas, last minute shopping, you know, do your thing with Black businesses. And so we'll be there at the Georgia International Convention Center. This will be our 4th year there, not in a row because we missed a year with COVID, but this will be our 4th year in Atlanta.
You always have stellar entertainment. You always bring the best authors, keynote speakers, things like that. Can we get a little taste of what might be offered? And now you're going into all these different cities. You know, we know Lisa Nichols got married. Yes, this past weekend.
She got married. Yeah.
Wow. We had her at the show. That is so wonderful. We are still in the planning stages of all of this entertainment, of all of the speakers. We do have, I will say that we have corporate clients already in. We have a title sponsor for all 3 cities that we can't announce yet. But so we'll be, you know, they'll be doing seminars and sessions. We will be working with our partners in Detroit, Real Times Media, to do everything Detroit for that expo. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a lot of new things, and that's what I think we get off on is the activations and what happened at the show. It's not just come and get a booth,
right?
You know, even for our corporate clients, you know, we want you to really engage and interact with our audience. So we've got to come up with some new things. We're building something on the floor that I won't talk about now. That's gonna be incredible. So you know me, if we're gonna do this, every year we've got to make it different.
Oh, absolutely. And you do a great job. When people walk into that space every year, you have to gasp just a little bit because it's so over the top, so beautiful, so welcoming. So it does make really great sense. Now I noticed.
And
Go ahead.
In Chicago, we're going to be in that big space again. So
good. I heard that.
Prepared, yes.
And then I noticed you have been having flash sales for people to be able to get vendor booths. Now will that flash sale happen again? You know, every now and then you get an email talking about in 48 hours if you buy a booth. So I don't know. Will that happen?
What I'm laughing about is that you're the only one calling it a flash sale.
That's what it basically was. Like, hey, it was
27 hours. It was 27 hours. So we wanted to commemorate our 27th anniversary. So it's 27 years, and we did 27 hours for the sale. And I'm gonna tell you, there was a rush to it as well. So we have vendors and businesses, small businesses that bought booths from Detroit, from Chicago, from LA, from DC. So we may have to come back with one again before our Chicago show, but I think we're fine for Detroit right now.
Very good.
But I wanted to
Go ahead.
ask you, Mary, what about for if there's women or small businesses in your three cities like Detroit, because there's someone I'm thinking about, and she wants to do us to speak, how can she get a hold of you to make this happen?
Well, our website, I mean, we have information there for if you're interested in speaking or interested in being an exhibitor, interested in being a sponsor. So you can go to our website, which is bewenext.com. And we started after the 25th year, calling it Be We Next, because we needed to go to the next level. We need to get to the next generation. So we and we are, the millennials and everyone is coming to our show in great numbers. So, but they can go, you have it on the screen. I appreciate that. And that's where they can find out how to be speakers. So we ask people to submit their ideas, submit some kind of summary of what they'd like to speak about and their credentials. We're going to talk about every topic that affects us as African Americans. So there's so much to talk about.
Yes. Look, that's right. It is Be We Next now. Look, I go back to when it was the Black Women's Expo.
That's right.
And having to explain to everybody, it's going to be a whole bunch of Black ladies there. You need to come out. You need to be there.
Right.
Your wife is going to be there. Your girlfriend going to be there. Your future wife going to be there. So right. Yeah, Mary, I'm so proud of you. 27 years, right?
Wow.
Right.
Yep.
It is
same way with my relationship chats. 27 years this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lovely.
It'll be 27.
So we should celebrate together.
That's right. Well, we're gonna work on that. Absolutely. Very good.
Yeah.
Renee, go ahead and ask your $1 million question of Mary.
No, I mean, Mary, first of all, thank you so much for allowing the God in you to express so much creativity in producing Black Women's Expo. So I just want to say that to you. But as you continue to keep going and thriving, who continues to inspire you?
Oh my, who inspires me? I mean, there's so many people. I mean, none of them that are close to me, or anything like that. But as I look out and see all the women that are continuing to, like you said, to rise and to just be so successful, I look at them. I mean, if it's not an Oprah or someone like that, and I look at them and know that they've gone through struggles as we all have, but we just have to keep going. And I mean, I had an interview recently where they were asking me for my affirmation and a word. And I said, I don't have a word. I said, I have a phrase. They said, a phrase. I said, my mom always said, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes.
And I think, when I really think about it, that's always in the back of my mind, that this can be done, y'all. Don't tell me we can't do that come on McCormick Place. So, we push and push to get the things that we need for our community. I mean, the reason we do those sales, so when you think about it, people are buying booths for half price. So, that's quite a bit of dollars that we, if you want to say lose, but I don't look at it that we lose. To get people an opportunity to be in the show, because we know it's expensive, not only expensive, not necessarily for the purchase of the booth, but when you have to travel, when you put up in a hotel, when you have to get your product together, when you have to have 3 people on the show floor for 3 days. So, we know that it takes a lot. So we try to help those who need assistance.
I think the most beautiful thing is that the fact you do offer so many people an opportunity to display their wares, their goods, and that really is helping to build Black businesses up from the ground up. Because, everybody dreams of being a vendor at the Black Women's Expo. You know what I'm saying? They do. And it's important. It really is. So, Mary, after this national tour that you're doing, what else? Because you always, look, you're a Scorpio like me. So you're always innovative. What's next? And look, you look amazing. So I know you're not getting ready to slow down. You're not.
No. I'm not thinking of maybe slow down a little bit, but not a lot. There are things, if one more person tells me I need to write a book, So maybe that's next on the agenda, and I think about all of the women that are there with products to sell. I said, why don't I have one? So there's quite a bit. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So there may be
is.
some things on the horizon. I have,
Okay.
but I'm gonna tell you, this show keeps us so busy.
Mhm.
It really keeps us busy throughout the
Yes,
year.
it does. Yes, it does. Look, we would be so tired at night, but it was so much fun that you jump up the next day and you get right back out there mingling and yeah, you would. Right. You'd be exhausted, but you get up the next day with so much joy and vigor and like, okay, let's make this happen. Let's
do it again. Let's do it again.
Absolutely. All right, Mary, give us the cities and dates again. I'm gonna put the website up here so people can connect and be a part of each one of them. Go right ahead.
Our first city is Detroit, and it's going to be at Huntington Place is what the convention center is called, and it'll be June 18th and 19th, which is Juneteenth weekend and Father's Day on that Sunday. We got a lot of creative things that we're going to be doing there. And then Chicago is August 12th through the 14th at McCormick Place in the major hall. We'll be there again. And then we'll be in Atlanta in December 17th and 18th at the GICC.
Very good. For those of you all that want to connect, find out more information, you might want to be a speaker, a vendor, a sponsor, whatever the case may be. This is your opportunity and chance to be presented to hundreds of thousands of women at one time. Brothers, just know these women on their P's and Q's, so don't come lazy, don't come ashy, come correct. Come correct, or they will check you. We talking about a hall full of women, so they will check you. And the men like me who love these women. So there you go. But please go to Be We Next. That's BeWeNext.com for all the information that you need to know on sponsorship, how you can be a speaker, how you can be a part of it. I'm sure ticket sale information will be there as well too. Detroit, Chicago, and Atlanta. Show up, show out. 27 years of doing this, and I've watched every moment of it, have enjoyed every moment of it, and the legacy continues. Mary, we love you, my dear. We do.
Love you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
You've always been supportive, and I really do appreciate that. But we go back a long way.
We do. We absolutely do.
Come and be a part of this expo this year.
Yes, I'm there. Whatever you need and want from me, I'm there. I will be there. Mary, it's time for us all three to go to bed. Right, this 1 hour time difference is killing me. It is. It really is. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the founder and CEO of the Black Women's Expo, or the new name now, Be We Next, Miss Mary Green. Please support you guys, and as we get closer to the expo, we'll update you guys on all the information that will be going on. Detroit, Chicago, and Atlanta. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, Mary, we love you. Have a good night. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye. Oh, that was amazing. We just love her. She's so fabulous. Isn't she fabulous?
Yes, she is.
Yes, she is. Very good.
I can't wait to go now. I'm going to definitely plan to go in August.
We're going. We are definitely going to go and have a good time. Yes. I get all my products there and meet and hug everybody. And, now that we're coming out of this pandemic, it'll be a great thing, for us all to gather and be together. Well, okay, Renee, we've done the doggone thing again tonight. Isn't that interesting? We've done the doggone thing tonight. Boy, we've had so many haters on here tonight that I'm trying to figure out where did all these haters come from.
Haters?
Yeah, baby. We got so many,
Let them be the motivators. That's people, okay. Huh? They motivate. Keep moving.
Absolutely. All right, darling. Let's get one of them delicious nuggets of knowledge so we can get out of here because I'm ready to hit that pillow.
I know that's right. And this delicious nugget comes from one of your favorites, Coco Chanel.
Yes.
Fashion designer, businesswoman, and true trendsetter. And she says on Live Your Truth Tuesday, the most courageous act is still to think for yourself aloud. Again, this is Live Your Truth Tuesday, #think and live for you.
Ooh, say that again now.
Think and live for you.
Oh boy, I like that. That's got a funky little ring to it. Think and live for you. Karen'sNuggetsOfKnowledge.com is where you can find out more information about Kay Renee. Wait a minute. What happened to Lord? Don't tell me we done deleted your. Oh, Lord. Okay, we got to put it back in there. We were going in there editing something today. Karen'sNuggetsOfKnowledge.com. It's not even here. Oh, my God.
That's all right.
I apologize. Right. We'll have it back in there for tomorrow night.
Yeah,
we were going through editing some things today. And yep, doggone it. Okay, Karen'sNuggetsOfKnowledge.com, you guys, is her website. She's on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow her. She gives really great wisdom. And tomorrow night we'll have it back up there. I don't know, like what happened? The gremlin. That's all I can say.
Damn gremlins. That's what it was.
Them damn gremlins. Them damn gremlins. That's what it was. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Wamelda. We appreciate you so very much. We do have a wonderful night. Thank you to Samotta, Mary Green. Yes. Thank you to Preston. Thank you to Francis. Thank you to Cher.
Karen Allison, my namesake.
Yes, Karen Allison is my dear friend. Matter of fact, you all are neighbors. I'll have to introduce you to each other one day. Karen Allison is my dear friend. I love her. She has saved my life. Yes. Thank you to Glenn. Thank you to everybody who was here with us tonight. We really do appreciate you. Candace, Debbie, Preston. Did I mention
Dr. Cynthia, your cousin? Thank
you,
Cynthia,
my cousin. Scorpio Love. Yes. Thank you. Yes. All of you all who were here with us tonight, we really do appreciate you. On behalf of Kay Renee and yours truly, our Chat Daddy Sims, we come to the end of yet another amazing show. We thank you guys for being here with us tonight. Don't forget the original Real Deal Relationship Chats return Sunday, March 22nd, South Loop area here in the city. If you've not gotten your ticket yet, I would advise you please to get your ticket. Lean over, babe. Lean over. Here we go. Wait, the wrong way. Right. There's all the information on how you can get your tickets. Let me move this out the way so you guys can see it.
Get that QC code.
Yes, be there. Use that code to get your tickets. Eventbrite, the original Real Deal Relationship Chats 27th anniversary reunion. Hopefully you guys will be there with us. We'll be back tomorrow night with two amazing women that we're looking forward to talking to in honor of Women's History Month. May you guys have a wonderful night. Be safe. For more information about yours truly, please visit. Did we take me out of here too? Wait, I'm gonna have to fire the help now. I'm gonna have to get rid of the help. Right. I think the help one got rid of all of us.
Oh, goodness. There you go.
TheRealChatDaddy.com is where you can find out more information. Until tomorrow night, be well, my friends. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Stay out of trouble.
Please do. Bye.
Yes, stay safe, everybody. Stay well. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the